நலாஸ் நாட்டு சர்க்கரை நலமுடன் வாழ நலாஸ் இந்தியாவிலேயே நாட்டு சர்க்கரைக்கு ஐஎஸ்ஐ முத்திரை மற்றும் அக்மார்க் அங்கீகாரம் பெற்ற ஒரே நிறுவனம். தொடர்புக்கு 9047050000.
There's a spectacular Operation Sindhu, which will go down in history for the military strategist as perhaps the shortest war, decisive war, precise war, a war which achieved the goal. This is also, we are also here to say thank you to the industry, defense industries. They have been contributing significantly to building our capacity. A very big thank you to you all. Friends, we heard that this operation which lasted for 88 hours. You know, it could not have lasted even 88 hours. It could have been completed much earlier because Pakistan forced us to conclude it. When Pakistan committed the act of terror and we responded, we thought Pakistan would understand and appreciate. But they continued thereafter in their act of retaliation, trying to create problem for us. Of course, thanks to our air defense system, thanks to our military, they couldn't succeed. They were getting frustrated. And then, on the 10th night, when we got the intelligence that they were planning to do something, we thought now they had to be taught a lesson. This lesson we could have taught them even on the very second day. But we thought no, our intention was to just drive the message, we will punish you, we will destroy all your terrorist assets. And then, when Pakistan thought of escalating, there's less than half an hour on the 10th morning, and their critical air bases were all made non-functional, they were destroyed. They were not in a position to operate. Many of their assets, critical assets, were made non-operational. This, what we did on 10th of morning, on the morning of 10th, we could have done even before, but our intention was not that. But Pakistan continued escalating, and so we had to teach them lesson, and it took 4 days. This Operation Sindhu will go down in history as a war, because which concluded so fast, achieving its goal. We have been watching, we have been witnessing wars around the world. The war starts, but it doesn't end easily. We are seeing Russia-Ukraine war. We have seen Israel, Hamas, Israel, Hezbollah, now Israel, Iran. Going on for days. Not yet clear where the objective, anyone achieved the objective as yet. And this has been generally the norm, that war starts with certain objectives, certain goals, but the way it spans out, the way it unravels, it spins out, it gets protracted. Now this making it so precise, so swift, military historians, strategists, analysts, they will continue studying Operation Sindhu for a long time to come, writing volumes about it. Friends, Operation Sindhu has been a watershed event in India's history. Our Prime Minister said, यह नया उभरता भारत का जय घोष है. This is a thunderous acclaim of rising new India. You know, it is a watershed in many ways. People, those who are studying India, the world across, they will judge India before pre-Operation Sindoor and post-Operation Sindoor. On multiple fronts, it is watershed. In terms of terrorism, how to counter, how to deal with terrorism. For the first time, we have absolute clarity. We have been victims of Pakistan terrorism, terrorist attacks for long. Numerous attacks have happened. To count a few, Parliament attack, Mumbai attack. And every time, Pakistan succeeded in marketing its fiction that terrorists are autonomous entities. They are not entirely under Pakistan at military or Pakistani state's control. It was a fiction. It is a fiction. But this fiction, they perpetuated, saying that these terrorists and armed jihadis are autonomous entities. That is how Murid K and Bahawalpur, Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, all these terrorist headquarters, they continued functioning from decades and decades and decades. This time, Bharat made it very clear, and that clarity we ought to have got before. Good, at least we got now. That there is no distinction between terrorist and Pakistani state, means Pakistani military. Terrorists are not separate from Pakistan military. Terrorists are a wing of Pakistan military. The fiction had gone so deep in our mind and in our psyche that even now when we read newspapers and the analysts writing, a strategist writing, we say Pak-sponsored terrorism. When you say sponsored, means you are not the primary agent, you have made somebody else to do the work for you. No, this is not a sponsored, it is a Pakistani attack. They have created assets which do not wear Pakistani military uniform, but they do the command of the Pakistani military, Pakistani state. Obviously, being a different kind of a formation, it's the standard operating procedure will not be that of a standard military. It will have a different kind of, it will have its own flexibility, its own deniability. They will try to. But over the years, there is not even a shred of doubt that terrorists in Pakistan are extension of the Pakistani military. And this was made very, very clear this time. And Prime Minister made it abundantly clear there is no distinction between a terrorist and Pakistani state. They are one and the same. So if there is an act of terror happens on our soil, and if an Indian citizen loses life, there will be consequences in Pakistan. They must be prepared for it. This absolute clarity, we must get rid of even our syndrome, the Pakistani Pak-backed or Pakistani sponsored. It was a Pakistani attack. They have mastered this craft because it is low cost. Low cost in the sense that they keep taking advantage of the fact that, look, they are not under our control entirely. That fiction has been busted once and for all. So this clarity hereafter, Prime Minister made it very clear that if there is an attack, terror attack from Pakistan, it would be considered as attack by Pakistan military, it's an act of war, it will have a consequence. Then, for the first time, there were other options that we never even thought of, like Indus Water Treaty. Think of it. When water passes through us, we give water or we give things only after satisfying our need. Where there are areas in our country, we have areas in Rajasthan, areas in Punjab and Haryana where we need water, more and more water. But we have been giving this water, our share of water to Pakistan through a treaty of 1960. It is an unequal, unfair treaty. But there was an implicit assumption that there will be good behavior on your part. When we are giving you water of our share, we will expect you to behave properly. And when Pakistan continued their misadventures, we never thought of exercising it. This time we did. It was an act of war. Pakistan has been doing it again and again and again. Now Indus Water Treaty is suspended. This is a bold move. And it has started showing the impact. In future, it will show greater impact. And we are very clear about it. This clarity on what we call Shatru Bodh, clarity about your enemy. Unless you have a clarity about your enemy, you will remain confused. If you do not know your enemy, be sure you will never have a reliable friend, because even your friend will suspect you. You are not clear in your mind. This time, for the first time, there was with the clarity on with Shatru Bodh, who is the enemy. Is the terrorist who is not the enemy. Enemy is the Pakistani state, Pakistani military. But even then, we exercise utmost restraint by destroying only their terrorist infrastructure of Pakistan military. We did not target their declared military assets or military installations. We were compelled to act when they started becoming more and more misadventurous. And thanks to our military, we achieved it within no time. So the clarity, absolute clarity at the political level, clarity at the policy level, and absolute clarity and execution at the military level. It was a unique and beautiful and rare combination of all these. This is a watershed also from the point of view that we have also shown the degree of our self-reliance. Pakistan, all borrowed, all got from their friends. They had their air defense. You heard it, you saw it. They had their defenses, they had their fighters. Whereas, and we know, all the world knows what happened to that. Here we, Bharat, quite a number of our platforms, quite a number of our military wares were indigenous. Fully indigenous, some were partly indigenous. But it's moving, we are moving towards self-reliance in military, in our defense. And here, I congratulate and laud the roles of our defense industry, both public sector and private sector. Private sector is doing phenomenally well. They are coming up, and I'm sure in coming days, they will make us prouder. Reliability, credibility, efficiency of our indigenous military solutions, military platforms, we demonstrated it. Military coordination. Officially, we have not yet achieved that theater command, operationalize it as yet. But the jointness the military jointness that was demonstrated, with all our forces in absolute sync, it shows the level of maturity to which our armed forces have reached. And look at, imagine if an terror attack several attacks have happened in the past. The communication, a smooth communication between the civil and the military leadership, absolutely real time, absolutely clear. In earlier days, something happens, report will go to the political executive will think over what to do, they will have a meeting, meeting will be inconclusive because there is a lack of clarity. Since there is a lack of clarity on the part of the civil leadership, political leadership, naturally military will not be able to act because ours is a democracy. Ours is a responsible military. It is not like Pakistan that it is the military that owns the state. So that lack of clarity at the political level, it permeated down and it created so much of delay and confusion. This time, right from 22nd of April when Pahalgam happened, Prime Minister cut short, returned, and from that day on, there was absolute a smooth communication and clarity. When the political leadership gave a clear hand, free hand to the military, we have to punish Pakistan. You are the professionals, you know how to do it, you choose your target, you choose your timing. From political side, you have to do it, you do it. And that, with that clarity, our military delivered it. Delivered the victory that the whole country is proud of. Friends, our state, Tamil Nadu, is known for its contribution to our military. It's not only that we have got a number of premier defense industries located here, but the people of Tamil Nadu have been a very crucial part of our military. If you look at the number of personnel from Tamil Nadu in our Indian Army, I'm not sure how many states can come close to that. In fact, some years back when I was traveling, I was pleasantly surprised when I visited this district, Vellore. I found there is a village named after military. They call it Pandey. You know, Ravi is military, the army. And there, the village. Contribution. This is the bravery and the valor. It is there in the blood of the people of this place. And it is there since long. They have been fighting battles. We know the battles which the Cholas fought. We know the battles subsequent rulers fought. We know the battles how Panchalan Kurichi, how our people fought the British. This is a fighting race. And when the Operation Sindoor happened, it was a popular desire. It was not that I just thought, many people here, and I thank them very much. When I have been traveling extensively in the state, and everywhere I went, people expressed their joy that look, our military has done something so great. We are so proud of them. And that is what prompted. I said, okay, we must have. Since you have all been talking so much about wherever I went, we will organize a civic reception to our military. Because military must know that you are not fighting alone. The whole nation is behind you. And they will always be behind you. Now we have challenge for the future. Because we know that the dynamic and character of war is changing. We are witnessing it. More and more technology, more and more advanced technology. more and more unmanned vehicles being deployed. And here comes the critical role of institutions like IIT Madras. They have been doing exceptionally great work. And friends, I must share with you, some of you might not be aware, that IIT Madras, in terms of research and innovations, they have been leading. And last year, in the year 2024, they have created more than 400 patents in 1 year. Director IIT had set the target at the beginning of 1 patent a day, and they have exceeded the target. And this time, I have urged him, setting a new target, that 2025, your target is 1.5 patent a day. We must have 600 patents by 2025. I have no doubt IIT Madras will achieve it. Research and innovation. That is what is needed. And there is no dearth of talent in our country, I am sure. We have the best, and they will deliver the best. This evening is dedicated to our soldiers, to our proud military, to our proud military industry. I wish them all the very best. And once again, I try to remind them that country shall ever be with you, behind you, will always be proud of you. And as usual, we know for sure that you will never ever let the flag of India come down. I know that. So every Indian knows it. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.